Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. It is Tuesday. My name is Kim, and this is moving forward, maybe. Me pulling cards, definitely. Not sure of a title yet. I just can't use my brain. Someone suggested weekly vibes. I like that. Maybe weekly vibes for when I do weekly readings. Maybe I should call this the Residuals because that's what I'll be reading on today. And if you're wondering what the Residuals are, what do I mean exactly? I want to read on a few people in the political sphere. Because I just felt like it. I was wondering, what should I read on today? And I said, why not? So I'm not exactly, I have a few people in mind, a few situations in mind. But I am not 100% sure. So I'm kind of winging it, but I found when I do wing it, it turns out really well because, at least with pulling cards, when I wing it, it always turns out because I kind of have no expectations, kind of just letting the energy lead me to where it leads me. So that's what we're doing. I think I'm going to read on Pete Hegseth. I think I want to read on Ghislaine Maxwell. I saw some stuff there. I think I'm going to read on the student loan situation because that's affecting a lot of people. I'm one of them. And I've been trying to really stay on the surface with this. I know the corruption of the student loan process. I did a whole project when I was in grad school. We had to do a thesis, so to speak. I know the ins and outs of student loans. I know what they did to a lot of students. Anyway, so I'm going to read on that and see what the outcome there is for us who have student loans. So that's what I want to do. And how are you doing? I hope you are having a manageable week so far. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Hope you are being mindful and aware of where you are, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, even physically, I hope you're getting enough rest. I've been trying to get enough rest. So far, so good. I energetically today feels calm, actually. It doesn't feel, I don't feel a lot of anxiety in the air. It feels calm. Yesterday was pretty calm as well. So I did say this week is supposed to be a good week for the collective. So we'll see how that goes this week. News is supposed to come out. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get, like I was talking about yesterday, I'm not good at YouTube. I don't know, not sometimes, but I go back and forth of I'm going to put myself fully into this. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to. But I feel as though my life is shifting again. And I don't know, maybe want to make this put more. I feel like I put so much energy into it, but I kind of also don't in terms of caring about certain things. But I don't know, maybe I want to challenge myself more. This is the most outside of my job. This is the most consistent thing I've done. I do really enjoy doing it. I really, really do. And I'm 40 years old. I'm still young. But I I'm just talking. I don't know. I'm just talking. But like I said, I'm trying to show you guys more of myself and my inner world, because this community is really important, and I'm so grateful for you guys and how we can get together and talk about our lives. So I really enjoy being a therapist. There's a lot of things I don't enjoy about it. It has nothing to do with working with people. It's more of the process, the other parts of it that I have to deal with. And so anyway, I just want change. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So I have a lot of ideas for this channel. I'm even thinking of starting another channel. I'm not quite sure yet though, because the other channel I want to start is just for fun. Something I've always wanted to do. But I'm not good at YouTube. So I can edit, I can do those things, but I'm not. When I used to edit my videos, now I don't, quite honestly. But when I used to edit and try to do cool stuff, it just uploading and everything, it was just always so difficult. I don't know. I have to figure that part out, but I'm just rambling. Let's start. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, even in the comments, okay? If you want a personal reading, you can click more in the description of this video and the link will be there, or you can email me moonlightenergy15@gmail.com. All right, so let's start. Let's see, who do I want to look at first? I'm hearing Pete Hegseth. Let's see what's going on with him. I need a different deck. I'm gonna use the OG deck. If I can find it. Here. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna use this deck. Okay. Now there were rumors that he was leaving the office too. That he was leaving to run for governor of what? I have no idea. He is just continuing to be investigated. They want him gone. A lot of people want him out. He is not good at his job. He doesn't know what he's doing, which is par for the course, you know. Par for the course with him. I can't believe he's only 45 years old. Sometimes I look at these people, I'm 40. And I look at these people, you're 45? You could not tell me he wasn't in his 50s. I thought he was in his 50s. So the Defense Department is becoming very insular. It's just bad. I mean, we don't have a government, so it's really I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. There's no floor. So anyway, a lot of people want him out. There's a lot of discourse. There's a lot of there's rumors of secret plans for troops on U.S. streets for years. It's very, dystopia sort of. It's really bad. So I want to look and see what his outcome is. I did look a long time ago. I want to see if anything has changed. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to this person? Where is it going? Okay, so maybe, hopefully, my spirit guides can show us that. And we'll go from there. So we're looking at the residuals of the Trump administration, the residue, the swirling essence of this administration and what their outcome will be. Paydex outcome, please show me what will happen to him. Got cards falling already. 2 cards. 2 cards. We got the Star. I'll leave because they're naked. Actually, I'll do this. And the 2 of Swords. Okay. What is his outcome? Mm-hmm. Judgment on the bottom. 5 of Pentacles. Page of Cups. 3 of Swords. Okay. And now tell me to look on top. You have the 8 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands. Knight of Swords. Four of Swords. Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, 5 of Wands. 4 of Cups, still with Cups, huh? 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh no, it's upright. There's a story being told here. 2 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles. Alright, so my guides told me the front is his cards as well. We have Judgment. 5 of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Three of Swords. I'm sorry, I was pulling from the bottom. 3 of Swords. 3 of Cups. This is all here. Keep doing that. This is all here. 3 of Cups. Let's find the ultimate outcome for him. Cover these people up here because you never know. That's Justice down there. Ultimate outcome. Pete Hugsa. We have the High Priestess on the bottom here. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so we have the Star, Judgment, and the Two of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Two of Wands, or is that the three? No, it's the two. Two of Wands, Knight of Swords, Four of Swords, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, Three of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Let me get a clarifier for that. He is full of secrets, first of all. Still drinking. And I'm going to get into that, but it's bad. Because I'm not saying it's bad for him in a sense of like, he is completely unaware of what he's doing. He has no idea how to do his job. I mean, that's obvious, right? Please give me a clarifier for the Seven of Pentacles. Death. I knew it was there. And the High Priestess is his card. Wants to come out. It's telling me. It wants to come out. He doesn't want to give up his power with the Four of Pentacles there. He has secrets. The Fool, the Hierophant, and a lot of energy. Fool and the Hierophant. Hierophant. Queen of Cups. Okay. Right, let's start here. Judgment is, people are investigating him hardcore. They're watching him. They're looking at everything he does, and he's becoming more and more paranoid. He's becoming more and more insular, making his team, it's almost like not a lot of people knows what's going on inside the Pentagon. I keep hearing the phrase hoarding secrets. Okay. Here, so this is people looking at him. This is the outcome. Okay, guys. But it's also showing me what's happening presently. I'm seeing it in my head. I could feel it in the energy. But this is also like, the more that he does, the more things come into question. Like eventually you're going to have to take responsibility for your actions or inaction or what have you. Then you have the Star and the Two of Swords here. These are two major cards. There's a prominent energy here. Two of Swords is here, and the Star is about inner guidance. It's about following your intuition, knowing what to do, also having hope and faith, those sort of things. Isn't so far he's been lucky, right? Because he has protection. That's what I see in the energy too. Um, he has a lot of protection right now, but is also sort of waning, and he doesn't know what he's doing. Like a sense of delusion here with the star, because he's like, I, uh, he's like, I'm the one, right? But then the Two of Swords is here, and it's like, it's not what he really feels. He feels low, and he feels directionless, and that is going to lead him through to the end. That feeling, the star is also about, it's not, I'm reading intuitively, I'm not reading reversals, or the star can also be feeling depressed or sad, and with the Two of Swords there, that sort of affirms for me, this is a feeling that he carries through. He's very again, I'm just making observations. I don't pay too much attention to him to have any real dislike of him. But he's very insecure, and he's dumb. And I say that not as a insult. He really doesn't know what he's doing here. Is what this. He doesn't know what's going on. Okay, because then you move into the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. And so it's like he is focusing, he focuses on the things that aren't things you should focus on as being the person in charge of everything that has to do with our military, our defense. It's very much aesthetic projects and things that aren't important. That's what gives him confidence. That the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, implementing things, focusing, thinking you're expanding, and building something. But Five of Pentacles is here, and you're really doing nothing. You really, and when I say they're very insular, people are supposed to know there's so much disconnect within this government now. Everything is separate in a way. No one really truly knows what's going on there, which should be alarming. But he's trying to do all this nonsense here, right? And you have the Five of Pentacles, which is just isolating and leaving you out in the cold, people turning their backs, bad luck. His behavior is causing this energy here. Like he's not gonna have eventually, even if it's not happening now, there's gonna be no support. People talk about him behind his back. I could see it in his energy. He's paranoid, and the reality is that he is going to be isolated by the end of, well, by his end. I don't mean like death, okay, guys? I mean like the end of his watch, the end of his, whether or not he will be forced out. I don't know if I see that here anymore. But anyway, I don't know if it's because sometimes when I read for people, I always see the psychological, emotional side more than Like I'll see the what will actually happen. I can articulate that, but I always see what is going on with them emotionally, psychologically, more so. Maybe because I understand that more so where my strengths lie. But anyway, he's very isolated now, and he'll be even more so as he moves towards the end of his watch. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, Three of Swords. He drinks a lot because of his problems, because of his insecurities. But he's very he feels very haughty, like I was chosen. Arrogant here. Well, if that's what it feels like a little bit in his energy. With the Seven of Pentacles, not necessarily about arrogance, but we have the Knight of Swords and the Four of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about clear action, strategic planning and movement, implementing plans shrewdly. You have the Two of Wands here. He tries to do things, but his Page of Cups and the Three of Cups, he's a mess. He can't really get it together because of whatever this is. I saw that a long time ago, that he needs help, and you have someone, I'm not judging his drinking problem, I could hold empathy for it, but he really should not be at the wheel, because it doesn't feel, he's doing what he wants, but even what he wants, the things that he's doing don't make sense. It's like, me being hired to coach a football team in the NFL, and I'm, to make plays, but I'm a therapist. I could talk to them about their problems, but I can't create football plays. Is that what they're called? Moves. I don't know. So that's where he is, and that's where it's like leading him to a place of he thinks he got the, he think he has the stuff, but he knows deep down he doesn't. And he drinks a lot, maybe even at work. And you have up here, you have Seven of Pentacles, which is like trying to build something. You have Death, you have the High Priestess, the Four of Pentacles, you have the Fool, and you have the Hierophant. Yeah, it's funny how energy shifts. He hoards secrets. He doesn't want to let go of his power. He hoards secrets. The Fool. you know. The Fool in the Hierophant, the Fool is about new beginnings, but it's also about an experience. And the Hierophant is the government. And the death card and the High Priestess with the 4 Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles here. The High Priestess between 4 Pentacles and death. The death is, it could be, death is about transformation and change. It's also about, it could also be the end of something. It could be letting go of something. But he doesn't want to let go of his power, and he doesn't want to let go. There's the 4 of Pentacles. Well, it's a minor card. I could feel in the energy of something in terms of his end will happen, but he won't want to let go of this position. Show me what is that? He has a lot of secrets. Nine of Pentacles. The Emperor. Yeah, he won't. He has secrets, guys. 3 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Him being in this position has elevated him in a way, but it's like externally, materially, he's doing something so sneaky that he is getting a lot from it. But internally, he's also, with everyone picking him apart, essentially. Because there are still people in the military who want to do their work the way it's supposed to be done. And they are, he's rooted out some people, but still, can't root out everyone. And he is being picked apart, and that also, he knows, causes, because he is super insecure and his energy is very weak. Like his emotional structure is flimsy, so he can't really do the job correctly. But he will not be willing to let go of it, because he's getting something huge out of it. Money, whatever, status, more power. He will not want to let go of that power. People will be pushing him out, or wanting to. He has a lot of opposition even now, I sense. Because in an energy, it sort of feels like he is fighting for his life, but there's also, not in a literal sense. He's, but at the same time, he has, let's see, what is going on here? I'm shuffling the true crime cards. Like, he really has a lot of power. I'm not gonna lie. But the judgment is here, and I'm being told it's, at the end of the day, it is harming him more than, like, the drinking is really a curse. Outside of being a disease, low key, it's really, truly hinders him from not making mistakes, having a clear mind. What else? Serial killer. Lies. Yeah. Home. Man-made disaster. The devil. Dismemberment. Okay. You are just slick. Gotta be careful. The devil, telling you, he's into some stuff. Man-made disaster, home, lies, serial killer, and gift. P. Hexeth. He has a lot of opposition. A lot of people dislike him. I could feel it through his energy. He's paranoid. His end will depend on many factors, like him potentially losing his position. He has a lot of protection. Let's see. Externally, he's having a good time, you know what I mean? But internally, there's a maelstrom of terribleness. Let's see, will he be forced to resign from his position? Before we move on to the next situation. I don't know. Do not know. That is still out for debate. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, Temperance, Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what these are. All the cups. Listen, guys. The jury's still out on him. For now. But I can assure you that, you don't root for people's... As a therapist, I could hold space for a terrible person with many problems. He has many problems. Six of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Judgment again on the bottom. Will he be forced to resign is up in the air, but the Knight of Pentacles is there. It's very slow, and the Knight of Wands is there too. There's a cost, though. It's all about perspective. There's a cost to where he is and what he's doing. It is costly for him. Okay, because you have the Ten of Wands there, you have the Five of Swords there, you have the Nine of Wands, constantly fighting for his position that he's already insecure about. You have the Five of Cups there. Sheesh. You have the Nine of Cups. He's having a good time, overindulging, drinking, ignoring his problems. Five of Swords, winning at all cost. There's cost. Cost of his peace, cost of loss of his peace, with Five of Cups there, Temperance there, and balance. He keeps going, he keeps persevering, but it's tough. It's costly. The Wheel of Fortune is the answer, because the wheel could turn either way for him. It's not quite decided yet. He's not making I shouldn't say that. It's slow progress for him in terms of what he's trying to do, expand with nonsense. He just, Six of Cups is, you try to bring it's about the past, and you try to bring your skills from the past. It's right next to these two cards. You try to bring your skills from the past into your present experiences. But he drinks, so he can't really get out the mud, Okay. So that's BHEXF. Very interesting. You look at these people and it's just like, y'all got problems. And I'm not judging your problems. I'm not judging. I wouldn't do that. No matter how, terrible you may be. It's just like, you're a mess. Get away from me. Get out of here. Oh, all right. Let's look at cuisine. So, something I saw. What did I see? I saw something that my brain is blocking out now. Did I say that a House committee is trying to call in the Clintons regarding Epstein? Which is, why are we doing this? Why are we here with this? What is this doing? What is it? You want to talk to everybody but the actual survivors. Because they have the truth. Like I said, they're the files. We have to get over this obsession because they're using it as a tool for distraction. I get it. You guys want people to be exposed, but that's not going to happen. It's been this thing has been around for many years. He got, when he was first arrested for that, he was released. He got away with it. And why do you think? We have to stop being obsessed about this because it's turning into, for some people, I know there's actual survivors. There's actual people who were victims, quote unquote, young girls who were harmed. And I'm not lecturing. I'm just sharing my thoughts because I fear society is obsessed with this in a way that is not super appropriate. You got one side wanting to expose the other side. Then you have the other side wanting to expose the other side. Everyone needs consequences, but I, what I understand is that society in general, and this is going to be harsh, but society in general doesn't care about children. They don't care about young girls being harmed. Just based off of what I see. And I don't mean that in a negative. I know that sounds very negative. And I'm not saying society is doomed or anything like that. I'm just speaking the facts. We wouldn't be here. So I don't like this, I don't like the obsession, because it's a obsession to try and expose people to have real consequences where they won't. It's a distraction. We have to let it go. We have to let it go. The people on the right want the files released because they think there are people on the left that are involved and they want them exposed. And we know, I'm sure there are some. And we know there are people absolutely on the right. And the people who really don't want it exposed are pulling out all this theater and all these stops, and there are people who are falling into the trap of talking about it so much and not talking about real issues. That, I'm not saying this isn't a real issue, it is, but it's not what people think it is. Anyway, let me get off my little soapbox. Ghis. She has been moved to a minimum security prison, and she has had her SO status removed for her to be moved down to a minimum security prison. That was the deal for her. Now she doesn't want the files released. Whatever, there are no files, but that's neither here nor there. They don't exist anymore. I'm not saying they never existed. I'm not saying there's not any information in existence. I'm just saying we may never see it because someone else has it, or it was destroyed, or take your pick. But we have to stop obsessing about it. I beg of you. Nine of Wands. She's going through it. Okay. What do I want to know first? I don't need cards. I already have gleamed her intentions. She wanted to get out. She wanted to be released because she doesn't believe she did anything wrong. She's still upset she's locked away. She's still upset. She wants the whole cake. What is her outcome? Can you show me what will happen to her? Okay, we got one card trying to come out. 4 cups. I'm not giving her a lot of cards. I'm not giving her a lot of my time. The Empress. We have the 7 of Wands. She'll be speaking. Oh, we have the Hangman. We have the Moon. She might be told to shut up. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Magician, we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess, we have the Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Death, Justice, Temperance. Very interesting. Two of Pentacles, Death, Justice, Temperance. It's unknown for her. They said this is hers too. We have Five of Swords, Magician, we have the Hermit, we have Strength, we have Five of Pentacles. This is all her. She has secrets. The Emperor, she knows a lot of stuff. The Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, Nine of Swords, and the Emperor. And the Queen of Wands. I'm gonna keep this short. Her outcome is not quite written yet. What will happen to her? She won't get out. She won't get out. Actually, I'm gonna look at that in a little bit, but right here, I can say she is persistent in her resilience in terms of trying to get out. Okay, by any means necessary almost, but not really. Not really. Not really at the same time. Because she's holding, she is holding something. She has the upper hand. But abuse and neglect, yeah, that speaks true to her. Abuse and neglect. Let's see what secrets she's holding. Tunnel. Life insurance. I have to shuffle these again. Marriage and wedding. Anyway, let's do this quick. Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Nine of Wands, Four of Cups. They have offered her something that she didn't want. She's playing her hand with the Five of Swords and maybe even have overplayed it, but she's persisting. Okay? Because when you move into the Death over here, and the Empress, the Seven of Wands, and the Magician, she's not... She has power here. Home and man-made disaster came out. If that alright, it wants to come out. I don't know what that has to do with her, but Seven of Wands is standing your ground. It's asserting your voice, finding your voice. Okay, Death is transformation. Transition, change. You have the Empress there. That is power, new beginnings. The Magician there, power. Manipulation sometimes. You have everything you need to get what you want. fraud, family, egotism, meetings, runaway, home, home. Okay. So this is her. This is her energy wherever she is, wherever she goes. Quite frankly, this is her. Okay, but this death card here, however she presented herself, they may have been surprised with these meetings she's had. However, whatever they expected wasn't what she presented to them. She presented herself as though she wasn't in prison, like she didn't do anything. Okay. And so it's to sort of transform the situation. That's why she's where she is now. But as an outcome, justice, hangman, moon, and temperance. She's not gonna get what she wants. The inner peace, it's still sort of up in the air, you know. She's looking for justice for herself. You have the Hermit, you have the Five of Pentacles, and Strength. Strength is, strength is a card of strength. It's a card of resilience and pushing, but gently. You don't have to do much, Strength says, for things to come your way. Separation and isolation for her. Things will be, her fate is not decided yet, but she's gonna find, she's gonna get what she doesn't want. Let's see real quick. I'm gonna ask the cards. Will she be released? If she's released, then guys, I may quit YouTube. This channel may turn into something else. I may get clipped from YouTube if that happens. That would be the end. Okay, let's see. Will Ghislaine Maxwell eventually be... I see no peace for her. Hangman is there. It's a real, you're sort of suspended. Okay. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups, Five of Cups. She may not be. Nah, I don't see that happening for her. No. Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Five of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Devil. don't see it. I'll say no. Okay? As of now. But she does hold the key to something. I can say that. She knows a lot. More than she has shared with them. Because she's trying to play her hand. Let's look at the visual. Will Ghislaine Maxwell be released from prison? Will she be released from prison? Will she be released? You're saying no. One thing for sure is she won't have peace. Like ever. She will not have peace. I love that for her. She doesn't deserve it. Okay. Alright, let's look at the student loan debacle. What was that? Something was upside down. Let's use this deck. How will student loan debt, how will Trump's new policies, I mean, those banks are salivating. They are ready to rob us blind. After paying for years. I think I had about $100 payments left before my loans were forgiven. They just want a bad economy. That's, Page of Swords. A lot of worry. A lot of confusion. And don't get me started. I could make a whole other video about student loan debt. Ten of Swords. How it will affect us. Do I need to pull any more cards? It's very obvious. It was affecting us even now. With, Oh my goodness. We could have had the opportunity to buy homes. We could have had the opportunity to really get our debt down. But for some reason, the government just wanted to turn into what it, Okay, Six of Swords. So we have the Knight of Swords, right here, which is about worry and anxiety, which a lot of people who have student loans are experiencing because they're just completely disrupted. You have the Ten of Swords here. But you have the Six of Swords, which is from chaos to calm, transition. Maybe a court will enact something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's see here. What was my question? Will student loan forgiveness Eight of Swords. I hate that card. It's my least favorite card in the deck, the Eight of Swords. I want to burn it when I see it. I don't know why. Lots of swords here, though. 3. What am I asking? Will student loan forgiveness be enacted once more? Or will student loan forgiveness be saved? Let's look at that. Something with the Six of Swords. What I do know will happen is that you guys, the Six of Swords wants to come out. Okay, we have the Two of Cups. We have the Star. Let me just cover this person up. We have the Seven of Cups. Again, they don't know what, they don't know. Nine of Cups. Page of Cups. Eight of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Judgment. And the Sun. Spirit says things will be okay. And Justice. I knew Justice was there. I felt it in the energy. The courts may... I know this is going to cause a huge uprising. What they are doing. And disrupting a lot of people's lives. It was already hard. Can you imagine the tremendous debt? And then you go to school and then you get a job that doesn't match up to. But the Sun is here. And we have to hold on to that. The Sun, as always. The Sun says things will be okay. And I know that, but we're here right now in the midst of this. And still dealing with the student debt stuff. And this was back in 2000 when Obama first put in those policies to really fix the student loan crisis, or not really fix, but to get some relief from it. And then Biden did what he did. It's really, you have jobs in my field alone. These places don't pay you what you go and had to pay for an education for. So it's really, I always say, when people talk about the economy, I always say, the economy is a failure because there would be, there's such a large disparage between class and the amount of money people have. It's always a failure. Anyway, let me get off. I'm on a soapbox today, guys, but we'll be okay. The Sun is there. That makes me feel better. I'm not gonna lie. What time is it? Let's look at the aine. Give me one card. Let's see here. How close are we to the signs that things are turning around? The Hangman. You're suspended. Like I said, this month. Look at that. Hangman is about pause. It's about pause and forward progression, not going backwards, but it's about a pause, and the universe sort of suspends you so that I don't know, other energies can come together, or you could have some space for introspection, so that you could reevaluate, so that you could gain, you know, something you need to continue to progress, or for change. Just jump right out. And I said that this month feels like we are sort of suspended again. What comes after the Hangman? Can you show me? Seven of Cups. Opportunity, choices. What comes after the Seven of Cups? What comes after the Seven of Cups? Four Cups. Interesting. And Temperance. Let's look at Hangman. I want to see what month that represents. Interesting. Yes. Waiting and releasing control. Surrender, letting go. Four Cups. Introspection. Contemplation. Sometimes apathy, sometimes, but this doesn't feel like that. Thinking about our, what is in front of us, these opportunities here. And Temperance is balance, inner healing, inner peace. Things being tempered, emotions, situations. The Hangman could be November. It could represent November. It could, this is interesting how it goes up. The Hangman it doesn't necessarily, it could be around, it could represent the month of November. Some of the Cups can represent the month of December. That's so fascinating. Interesting. But right now we're suspended again. We are suspended again. So for, the universe does that for many different reasons. Sometimes it's, you're not progressing forward. Again, my question was, what are the signs? How close are we to the signs of this unraveling? Again, Temperance represents November to December. That's very fascinating. That's very fascinating. So we're close. November or December. November, these two major cards. Prominent energy, okay? November to December. Okay, guys, so there you have it. That's all I got. I hope this resonated with you. Please like this video. Please hit subscribe if you haven't, and the notification bell so that you can get notifications. Okay, I will see you guys on Thursday for the Q&A, and that's it. That's all I got. Like the video. Bye.